back to the channel. Today we are back on the offense side of the ball in the New York Jets playbook, looking at single back tight Y off flex. And guys, this one is just a really great scheme, especially if you like under center stuff. You're going to be able to chuck the ball all over the yard with this one. It's just going to give you a lot of answers, whether that's trying to take the top off the defense or just getting completions underneath. You're going to get a little bit of everything with this scheme. So I'm going to come out here in the wide zone. We'll just match with just nickel over, and we will get right into it. So let's talk about the run game first. We have the halfback zone week in our audibles, and then like I said, I'm coming out in the wide zone. So obviously that gives us our run right, run left, run inside, run outside type of component to the scheme here. I do like the wide zone as well, especially if you can kind of get outside, get around that corner right there. You can really hit some big runs, as well as the zone weak here as well. Like here, we'll kind of might be able to cut it up. Yeah, I mean, it's going to part like the Red Sea right there. So we'll take that every single time. And I think just two really good runs. And this is basically the McVay offense. You're going to see those guys run wide zone a ton during, if you watch the Rams on Sunday. Same thing with Shanahan. Even just halfback zone inside here. Kind of very, very McVay-esque. And there you can see, I mean, that would be a little bit faster. I mean, Breece Hall's fast, of course. But like a Mutt play or something like that probably would have been gone. The run game, though, out of this single back formation, obviously whenever you're under center, you want to be able to run the ball. That's kind of part of being under center, part of the, what I think, I guess, is part of the benefit of being under center. Here you can see we can still bounce it out as well with that zone weak, but two really good, very versatile runs. Gives you that run right and run left component of this scheme. Now let's get into these pass plays. And shallow cross, we'll start here. This is probably my favorite one. All I'm going to do, I'm going to take Mechie over here, the Y icon player. I'm going to put him on a deep cross, so obviously he's trying to set him up with A.D. Mitchell right there running down the field. Mason Taylor just going to be sitting, run that sit route right over the ball. And you still have Garrett Wilson as the drag route, which are always very tough to cover. And here, I mean, if they're just not going to cover John Mechie, I would have loved for him to get a little bit better animation right there, but probably could have done a little bit better stick work. Again, just putting him on that big crosser. If they're going to give you these drags underneath, we should take those every single time, of course. And here they did just bring down the safeties. Looks like we're probably going to get might get a little bit of a man blitz here, but we are trying to really stretch the field with this one. Obviously, we have Mechie on the crosser, A.D. Mitchell on the post, like we said. And here, I mean, if they're going to give you man coverage, we're going to take that and we're going to roast Rasul right there down the field. We'll take that. But naturally, that is what we're trying to set up with this big play here. Of course, I mean, again, man, if they're going to give you man coverage, well, you know, we'd like to at least get the ball off. That's for sure. We would like to at least get the pass off. But here, again, man coverage, we have you over the top, we have you underneath. Just very, very tough to cover. It's going to be a very, very tough scheme to leverage as well. So, again, because we're running these crossers, and you're going to see as well, we're going to have out routes, obviously. We're in a very condensed formation, so you want to have the out routes. Here we'll hit the sit route underneath as well. Looked like they might have had some stuff. Might have had that big crosser, or the big post there to Mitchell, but that's okay. But one of my favorite plays in the entire book here, just you can do a little bit of everything with it. Going to give you a lot of answers in the pass game, deep, short, whatever you're looking to do. Whatever your opponent's kind of giving you, you are able to just take it. And you can see, man, I mean, oh, man, here he actually ran with the post, but we're able to click on, didn't quite get the catch. But even when you're wrong, can still make you right sometimes.
Quick break here. Just want to remind you guys that if you are enjoying the video, drop a like and subscribe to the channel. I think something like 75% of you guys that watch the videos regularly are not subscribed to the channel. So go on ahead and just make sure you are subscribed to the channel if you are enjoying. Then you'll be able to see whenever the newest stuff comes out. And I don't want to take away from the video for too long, so let's just get right back into it.
Next one we got here is under Z curl. And this is, I really like this play as well, man. Here we're going to try to be stretching that seam with the tight end. And all I like to do on this one as well is take Garrett Wilson and put him on a deep cross. And now we talked about leveraging here. We have an out-breaking route. We have a deep crosser as, of course, an in-breaking route. And then we are also stretching the seam here. Of course, here we see these two high safeties as well. Middle of the field is open, wide open at that. So we'll just kind of snap this ball here, see if we can stretch the middle of the field. I was going to try to get outside the pocket. Probably should have just sat in the pocket right there, dumped it down to the running back and whatnot. But here, boom, Mason Taylor, take that on the seam. Of course, that is something the user is going to be paying attention to if you're literally running the tight end directly at him. But we're trying to hopefully make him look at other stuff, make him worry about that. Not necessarily a stack over there, but with Garrett Wilson and John Mechie, hopefully make the user worry about that a little bit more over there. And there, of course, we do have the corner route for John Mechie out there. Of course, put a route tech out there. Shouldn't have as big of issues there getting open. But then you have that route. Here we'll kind of roast the man coverage a little bit. Finally, there you go. That's your little man beater over there. As well, of course, if they are going to shade you outside on that, you do have Garrett Wilson on the deep cross as well. So, well, you need enough time to throw the ball naturally, but you do have that route at your disposal. Here, see if we can hit. I mean, if they're going to give you the little curl route, almost picked it. That was the bad ball placement right there by me. I think that was Ashton Davis. He almost got me right there. But you can just see, I mean, they're weird defensive call, but if they're going to give that to you, sometimes that'll happen, especially with some of these man blitzes and whatnot. You never know where you're going to catch the defense. Like here, I'm thinking a man look. We actually get zone. Great job right there, getting the hands up. Thought we could have hit Garrett Wilson quick right over the ball. Probably had the curl route as well. But you can just see a lot of answers in the pass game. Try to hold on. Had all day in the pocket. If you have all day in the pocket, man, this scheme is really going to be able to get to break coverages and stuff like that. Just because we're going to so many different parts of the field. So I mean, that's with any offense, I guess. The longer you're able to hold the ball, sometimes the better the results are going to be. But this is just giving you so many answers and so many different levels on the field here that you're going to be able to find somebody open, especially if you practice this a little bit and you get used to where these guys are running and things like that, when their breaks are and whatnot, especially with your specific MUT team, with the guys with your speed, the acceleration that's on your team. Just do a lot of different things. There, just sneaking one right over Tyrell Dotson. I know that all too well right there. But under Z curl, very nice pass play. And of course, you can just leave this stock as well if you didn't want Garrett Wilson on the deeper cross. You could just leave him on the more shallow sort of in route, drag route type of deal as well. So that's also a good option, especially if they're running a lot of man coverage. There you see you can kind of get underneath that. He kind of breaks really quick, and of course that is Garrett Wilson, so that doesn't hurt either. But leave it stock. I like putting him on the deep cross a lot of times, trying to stretch that defense down the field. Last one I got here for you is PA deep out, and all I like to do here, I like Mason Taylor, obviously he's blocking. I want to get him out on a route. I either like to put him on an in route or an out route, depending on what I'm seeing. So like maybe against zone coverage, I'll put Mason Taylor on the out route, try to give it sort of like a levels concept there to the outside of the field with him and AD Mitchell. Try to make that, maybe if there's like a purple zone out there, try to make him pick, is he going to play back with AD Mitchell, or is he going to come up and set his zone drops to play those tight ends and those flat routes underneath? We're just going to play off of that. Or if it's man coverage, well, here I guess I'm just going to run the ball. And there it actually was man coverage, so that would have been a great opportunity to talk about it right there. But PA deep out, against man coverage, I like to put him on an in route and kind of isolate the B icon receiver here, AD Mitchell, sort of isolate that out route and see if we can get some man coverage here. Of course we don't. Kind of plays it the same way though, and it just I don't know why, it just does a really nice job against man coverage. Even a lower rated receiver like that, like here, we're gonna get some man coverage. And you can just see, you can really click on, and that wasn't even a great job clicking on by me, but click on, come back, and possession, catch the ball. I really like to isolate that against man. But against zone coverage, man, just putting him on the out route, making them pick. Of course, we're getting a ton of man coverage. And even against man coverage, he can still kind of cook. Of course, that's a linebacker, but you can still get a tight end that can kind of cook out there. So put him on the out route here, even against man coverage, clicking on, possession, catching the ball. I just really like that against man coverage out there, isolating that route. And of course, you don't just have to be a robot with it. Here, like we do see those split high safeties. So maybe we didn't want to run Z curl to stretch that seam. We want to give him a different look. We can just streak Mason Taylor, get him down the seam right there. I like to try to cancel that play action right there. There you see the streak does kind of help us a little bit, sort of carries those, occupies, I guess, those deep blue zones and allows us to hit Garrett Wilson there underneath. And there you can see him against man coverage. Even with noodle arm Tyrod nowadays, still able to get that ball out. So just a really nice scheme out of this Jets playbook, man. Making them pay inside, outside, whatever way they want to play, we're going to be able to punish that. Throws down the field, have these drags underneath, obviously, as always, as checkdowns and stuff like that. Trying to give answers for everything the defense is going to throw at you with this one. And that is pretty much all I have for this one, guys. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, leave me a like, leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought. Let me know what you want to see on the channel. If there's a specific formation, specific playbook, whatever you want to see, drop that down there in the comment section. You know I'm going to see it. But I appreciate you guys staying to the end. If you did stay to the end, obviously you did like the video, so drop me a like on your way out. I appreciate it very much. And with that, I think that's all the talking I need to do here at the end. Hope to catch you guys in the next one. Later.